Good morning, everyone. Today is 5th of December 2021. Okay, it's 9:05 a.m. We are starting the lecture. The Nifty is showing signs of weakness. I just want to confirm you're able to hear me and see the screen.
Yes, Viraj.
Yeah, okay. So the Nifty has come down to 17,196 levels. It is falling since last more than a, you can see from here, that was the 18,000 level, 18604 level, which was reached. Okay, and from there it is continuously falling. This level was reached on 19th of October. So about now 1.5 months, about 50 days or so, the Nifty is falling. It tried to make one more rise somewhere here, but there is a supply zone here, the red color zone, and now it has created another supply zone. So this is the channel, the red parallel lines you can see. This is the channel in which it is falling continuously. Unless and until it breaks this channel and goes above the supply zone, the Nifty will keep falling. Okay, it can go in a range. Okay, in this range of this channel, but it looks like there is a lot of weakness on the Nifty. And one of the prime reasons why Nifty is weak is the bank Nifty. The banking stocks have been re-rated downwards by most of the agencies. So unfortunately, that is, you can see this bank Nifty here. The bank Nifty is falling continuously, even though some of the stocks like HDFC, ICICI, Axis Bank, they are at a good bargain price, even SBI, but they are now falling continuously. And you can see in this Nifty also, the green line, which is a quarterly line, the moving average, green one, and the blue, which is a monthly moving average. The quarterly has gone above. So the larger SMA is now crossing the smaller SMA. And now it is 100% confirmed that there is some kind of a bearish behavior on the Nifty. You can see the RSI is also below 50. Here there is a dotted line, which is 50 ka. उससे नीचे है RSI. You can see the ADX is also just above 25. Slightly blue line is just above 25. And the red is above green. So once again, confirming that there is a weakness and the Nifty is not strong at all. Now, till where it can go. Now, you can see this demand zones it is creating. Okay, here there is a small demand zone which has been created in the last week. Okay, here is the demand zone. This is the demand zone on this chart, the day chart. If you see the weekly, it is showing something around 16,700 levels. So ये वीक में डिमांड जोन है, ये डे में है. So the day demand zone is showing here, the week demand zone is here, and the monthly demand zone is here. Now what does it indicate? It indicates that first thing, it is likely to come to this level. Then there should be a good buying. If there is no buying, and which is not happening now because FIIs have reduced their, in the month of November, something like 35,000 crores, one of the largest removal in the month. And since April, they have removed more than 80,000 crores. And that is a continuous movement of reduction in FIIs is happening. Now, there is another reason also. There are two big IPOs which have happened. And that IPO has siphoned a lot of retail investors' money. So 1 lakh crore का subscription हुआ in the Paytm, उसके पहले Nykaa, then there are Policy Bazaar and so many others, small, even Latent View went a good success. Now all these IPOs have taken away a lot of money. from the secondary market and it has gone into the primary market. Now most of those IPOs have not been doing well except 2 or 3 of them. Like Nykaa and Latent View are the recent ones which have done well. तो ये पैसा अगर सेकेंडरी मार्केट से प्राइमरी मार्केट में गया तो सेकेंडरी मार्केट इज नॉट हैविंग मनी. So last few months the markets were holding on because retailers were there. But now that scenario is also going into a change. This is the monthly chart. You can see there is a first time after a long period a red candle has been formed in the month of November. And that red candle is telling me very clearly that the Nifty is now on the weaker side. You can see from here onwards, from last March till here, this is the first time a large size red candle has been formed. This red candle is quite big in size, okay, and that is a proper indication. This small green one is the current month December, but the red one is the November month. So red one is telling me quite clearly, so there is a downward trend which is happening in the market, okay. The market is going downward. Still on the monthly chart, the monthly SMA, 20 SMA is about 50 and 50 is about 200. That is a good sign. ओवरऑल इतना नेगेटिव नहीं हुआ है अभी तक, लेकिन ये डाउनवर्ड ट्रेंड थोड़ा दिख रहा है सिंस लास्ट 45 days or so. Okay. Similarly on the weekly also it is showing a downward trend. So the immediate crossing 17,200 से वो नीचे गया तो it will come to 16,700 levels, and if it still goes down it can come to 15,900 levels. So this is the levels at which the Nifty is going to be working on. You can see the same kind of chart is there on the Sensex also. A very parallel chart is on the Sensex also. I'm just taking Nifty so that we can move a little faster. Bank Nifty is showing a lot of weakness. A big red candle was formed on the weekly chart. You can see this is the current week which is going to start. But last few weeks we are seeing red candles are getting formed. So Bank Nifty is showing a lot of weakness and that is a cause of concern. Markets are not moving up at all because of this weakness. Okay? Because till the time the banks start moving, the markets may move hone ka difficult hai. Now this is the next 50 which is on the weekly chart is showing still positiveness. Okay, good. CNX 100, 1-200 on the weekly chart is showing little positive, but it is now touching the monthly SMA. Okay, mid caps CNX 200, 1-200, it is touching the monthly SMA. Mid and small cap, these are 400 mid and small cap index. In fact, you will be very much understanding this part that the large caps are going down, but the mid caps and small caps are still holding. You can see from this, the large caps have gone down. The large caps have gone down, but the mid caps and the small caps are still holding. Okay. You can see that is the difference there in the market. You can see here. There is a mid cap and a small cap. They are still holding. Okay, but now the trend is downwards. They are coming below the lines. CNX 500, Nifty 500, 1-500 stocks. All are telling me only one indication is that the markets are likely to go further down. Another kind of characteristics which we are seeing in the market is it is becoming a one day up, next day down, a yo-yo kind of market. एक दिन ऊपर जाएगा, 2 दिन ऊपर जाएगा, फिर वापस नीचे आ जाएगा. Because of the indecisiveness. Secondly, some news is there, a bad news comes and markets reacts very badly. Okay, and that is what you can see in this volatility index also. This is the daily volatility index. You can see the wicks are very long. The wicks are very, very long. These long wicks are telling me कि ऊपर तक लेके गया मार्केट, फिर उसका इतना गिरा है, इतना यहाँ तक गिरा दिया. So the markets will behave inversely with respect to the wicks, and this is definitely a cause of concern. It is showing us that we are going downwards. Okay. So now it is at something like 18,000 levels. India VIX, it is okay. The markets को वो नीचे लेके आ रहे हैं. Then let's see the some of the private banks. Now private banks on the daily chart you can see 20 SMA, 50 SMA and 200 SMA. Means prices have gone below all this. Now one kind of thinking is there that this is the kind of price which you will not get the banking stocks. Okay, that is one of the thinking, and you should be aware of this fact that इससे नीचे गिरना मतलब थोड़ा हो सकता है, लेकिन ये प्राइस पे आपको अच्छे स्टॉक्स मिल रहे हैं. Okay, in the banking industry you are getting good stocks at this low prices. CNX PSU banks. Now there is a lot of thinking that the PSU banks are correcting, okay, and they are doing quite reasonably well. Okay, now if you see the private banks के comparison में, private banks have gone very down, बहुत नीचे गए, and they are 200 SMS, 20 SMA and 50 SMA से नीचे है. Whereas you can see this PSU bank, they have just gone below the 20 SMA and the 50 SMA. 200 SMA is little away. So it gives me an indication that the PSU banks are little more stronger compared to the private banks. Okay. Now there are so many PSU banks, and which one to invest? There is an issue there. Okay, because PSU banks पे इतना भरोसा नहीं कर सकते हम लोग, except some SBI or Canara Bank or Bank of Baroda. So the best way is you can take an ETF of PSU banks, okay, which is going around 29-30, and you can have a kind of some numbers of PSU bank ETF. Okay, that is one good way of putting your money in. Now this is CNX Nifty IT. The IT is the one which is actually helping the markets to be little more stable. Whenever it is falling, the IT comes into rescue. Even the FMCG is not moving so much as the IT, and on a couple of days the pharma also helped the market. So this is one top, then the same second top is getting repeated. Now the third time it is trying to break. Hopefully the IT, if it breaks, then it will start moving up. But I'm not very sure why I'm saying this. You can see one top, second top and the third top. So every time it is breaking, it is coming to these levels and then it is breaking downwards. Means there is not of people are there in the market, but strength is not there. Not much of strength is there in the market. Okay, people are afraid of buying. So you can see the supply zones are getting created. और ये supply zone के ऊपर जाना is the challenge which is having for the IT sector. Metals 20 and 50 SMA से नीचे हैं. Some of the metal stocks are at very good levels. Now it is the kind of thinking which you should be. आपका क्या thinking है वो हिसाब से आप करेंगे. If you are thinking that this is a challenging level and you can invest, then you can do that. Some people will wait for further time for the markets to fall, but then many a times it happens that the market, you don't get the opportunity at the right price. So there is no one who can predict anything in the markets, but all you can do is you have to follow the trends and keep accumulating. Then here you can see auto. In between 1 or 2 days, auto went up, and once again it has come down to the 200 SMA levels. Auto sector has nearly 1 or 2 more quarters to go before they start moving up. So one top has already been created. Once again the second top has been created, and it has come down to the lower levels of 200 SMA, and it is trying to move upwards. So little bit auto stocks में आप नहीं जाएंगे अभी तो better है. If you want, whichever you are having already in your portfolio, and if you are getting a good price, you can average. But some of the stocks have not done well at all since a long time, like Maruti and all. So it is better not to buy now, because ये और भी थोड़ा आपको better values में मिल सकता है. FMCG, normally in this kind of market, the FMCGs are supposed to be doing well, but unfortunately you can see that the FMCGs have not done well, and that is the reason, one of the concern. The reason why it is not doing well is there is a big kind of a margin related problem, and most of the FMCG stocks are finding really difficult to survive in this market. Now you can see that this is the level. It once it touched this level, second time it has touched this level. So now the market is trying to cross these levels, but the FMCG stocks are not in a position to move beyond these levels. So this is the double top kind of scenario which has been created. A supply zone is there. Once this double top is formed, once again it tried to move up and it has come down. It is very much near to its 200 SMA. So the sector is showing me weakness. Okay. That is why you find Hindustan the Canyon, you see all these stocks are not in a good shape. Because whenever a stock has to be in good shape, the sector has to be moving. Media, I for once don't have any kind of confidence in the media. Once again, you can see here the same levels were created in the media stocks, and now they are. You can see this kind of a zone which is there. Okay. But honestly speaking, the media is still better than the others. You can see it is 20 SMA and 50 SMA are just touching the candle. But now it is showing you weakness. So maybe some of the stocks must be doing well, especially Z Limited. Zeal is doing really well. So Realty is one stock which is you can buy some of them and hold it, but you can see that tops have been created twice. I entered Godrej Properties because of its brand value. Fundamentally, they are not so good as even now, being very honestly, clearly saying that. But the mutual funds are holding some very good numbers, and FIs basically. These FIs are holding good numbers, and Godrej brand name is good. So maybe when the markets will turn around, the company will turn around, this stock will go up further. So you can accumulate some of them at lower prices. This is the supply zone. It has to cross these supply zone levels. Then only the market stocks will move up. Just now, Prestige, Sobha, Godrej Properties, all are going down their actual values. Okay, जो potential है उससे कम है. Pharma is in a bad shape. You can see this pharma का rally हुआ लेकिन वापस वो नीचे आ गया. Okay, this is the weekly zone. You can see. So whether it is 20 SMA or green 50 SMA or the red one 200 SMA, all the pharma stocks are showing negative. So pharma में थोड़ा invest करना not so good kind of thinking. Okay, if you are having it, hold it. Okay, basically hold करना better है rather than going for any of this new kind of. You can see this supply zone has been created. It is moving towards the same level since a long time. So it is finding it difficult. Now it has come down below the 200 SMA. Infra, the government has announced, but there is no movement in these projects. So on the daily and the weekly chart, you can see it has come down. So infra is not moved at all. If infra will start moving, then the cement sector and the metal sector and all will move. Energy is looking positive. Energy is positive. Okay. Nifty Bs, some of the Bs which we have bought. Okay. Junior, Next 50. These are the weekly charts. Bank Nifty, here you can see it has come down. Gold Bs, it is down. And this is what I added recently when I informed you all. PSU ETF, Nippon PSU ETF. I bought at something like 29 point something. It is now at 28.7. If you get opportunities at lower levels, if you want to invest in PSU banks, you can buy this Nippon PSU Bank Bs. Okay, Nippon PSU Bank Bs. You can see the name down, Nippon India ETF PSU Bank Bs. So this is what is the sector position. Most of the sectors are not doing so well. So what we saw was, except the IT sector and little bit media and energy, all the other sectors, including FMCG, they are not doing well. So थोड़ा it is better wait for your opportunity, or if you are the little moderate or aggressive type, keep accumulating at lower lows. Like Bajaj Finance, I started accumulating at 7,000 level. It can go down. Now this is Bajaj Finance, it is at 7069. But ये ऊपर नीचे होगा, but आपको 7,000 या 6,900 ही दिखना है, then you may have to be on the terminal all the time to see what is the right price you are getting. But I would suggest that timing the market, it will not be a very good idea. It has gone down till this level, but वापस वो यहाँ आएगा कि नहीं, because there is a demand zone and it has touched the demand zone and now it has started moving upwards. But still, it can come down also. I'm not saying that, because if the market is going to come down by another 500, 600 points, definitely the Bajaj Finance will also get affected. So what you should be looking at is a good fundamentally strong stock, good performance. Okay, market behavior is good towards that stock. Then you should try to accumulate. Okay, because this opportunity you will not get later on. This is Bajaj Financial Services, very costly one, 17,000. It had moved to 19,000 plus, but just now it is down by 2,000. So I am not into this stock because it is extremely costly. You may have some 5-10 of them, it is okay, but otherwise to accumulate this stock, it is going to be a costly affair. HDFC is doing better compared to HDFC Bank. See, it went down to this level. It has gone down to the demand zone level, and now there was a big green candle, okay, on Thursday, where it has accumulated. Once again, Friday it came down because 200 points the market was down. So if you're getting HDFC at this level, somewhere in this levels, then it is a good buy. Okay. You can see the volumes were also good on these 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. Friday it went down. Now you can see it is touching the nearly the 200 SMA levels. Means last year का जो prices का average है, वो level पे वो आ चुका है. Nearly about that. Okay, here you can see that day 2640 and 2674 is the difference. Okay, you can see that. So HDFC it has a good level. You can buy if you want. Let it come down to these demand zone levels, and it will be a good buy. HDFC Bank, once again it is doing 15, 13, 15, 20 लेवल से नीचे गया था, वापस वो लेवल पे आ चुका है. ये लेवल है जो उसका 200 SMA का लेवल है. So you can look at this buy of this particular stock, but you have to be little courageous and wait for it. Otherwise, if you are afraid of it, then don't buy now at these levels. But एक टाइम वो मौका निकल जाएगा ना, फिर पता नहीं चलेगा. ये वीकली चार्ट है, वीकली पे it is just touching the 50 SMA and it is below the 200 SMA on the weekly chart. So last 200 weeks में वो कम है. 200 means last 4 years. When you are talking of 200 SMA day chart, we are talking of 1 year. You can see this 1 year में वो काफी नीचे आ चुका है. You can see the red line is touching the candle. ICICI Bank. Now one more thing, I'm giving you all some swing trades. अगर ये मार्केट में आपको थोड़ा डेंजरस लगता है तो अवॉइड इट, बट you can make some money on this market also if you are interested in doing it. Okay, but buy in small quantities because 2 or 3 trades may go down. Like if you want to see the swing trades का जो मेरा screen है, this is the swing trades which I had suggested in this period of time, out of which this has gone up. But on Friday, at the end of the day, Axis Bank suddenly went down because the banks were hit very badly. So this is the kind of scenario we are having. Okay, Happiest Mind 5% up. In fact, I booked some profit in Deepak Nitrite and Happiest Bank. Lemon Tree was around 6% up. Just 1 minute. Yeah. Kotak Bank is going down, is down, still better than the other bank like HDFC से. HDFC का 200 SMA टच कर रहा है, लेकिन कोटक बैंक इज लिटिल डाउन. Okay. This is the demand zone where it has already touched. Okay. The green one, you can see this. इससे थोड़ा नीचे आ चुका है. Axis Bank, this stock has got a severe beating. It has come down to its lowest levels, and now it has to move upwards. ये stock अभी up जाने का chances है, लेकिन it is an aggressive kind of thing. When the stock is going down, you are trying to buy it because you are doing a contra kind of activity. But then you have to be careful also, because sometimes what you think does not happen. Okay. State Bank of India 2550 SMA से नीचे है, 200 से ऊपर है. The stock went up to 500 levels, and now today it is at 470 levels. But this is a stock, if you want to accumulate, please accumulate. ये आपको additional future में benefits देगा. Okay, when the markets will be up. The market will be up like this for another 1.5 months or so. So you can take a decision of not entering the markets and take the rest for some time till the time the market stabilize. And Jan 15th up, I don't see any major movements in the market. Okay, because now this is a holiday period for the most of the FIs, the American FIs and the Europe fellows. So they will be on holidays for quite some time. So this 1.5 and 40 days, you will find the markets being like that only. But there is Power Finance Corporation, which was doing well, and last 15 days or so, it has gone down very badly. Okay, it has gone down below 200 SMA. It is at least one of its lowest levels. Okay, ये बहुत लो लेवल पे है. आपको पावर फाइनेंस है, पावर कंपनीज को फाइनेंस करती है. स्टील, मेटल स्टॉक coming down, Tata Steel coming down. Tata Steel is still a good stock to buy. Whenever you get opportunity, थोड़ा नीचे हुआ, थोड़ा buy करते रहना, because once it has come down by 300 points approximately. Okay, from this average line of 1400. If you see, when you talk about the high peak, it has come down by 400 points. So this is a good point to accumulate. Okay, this is the demand zone. वो demand zone से ऊपर जाने की कोशिश में है अभी. Okay. So it has already gone below its 200 SMA. So Tata Steel is a good point to stop. Metallics and all you can avoid now. Tata BSL also, Tata Steel long, you can avoid now. JSW Steel. This is one more stock which is a good stock. Okay, you can see the 200 SMA को अभी touch कर रहे हैं. JSW Steel and Tata Steel are parallel competitors. They are good companies. National Aluminium is a good stock. Okay, it is just about its 200 SMA. Hindalco is a good stock. Vedanta, ये भी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है आपको बाय करने के लिए. It has come down. Vedanta has declared that they are going to go for demerger kind of. So this is the level, you can see this levels, it has already reached this level, the top level, and it has started falling down. तो आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी है वेदांता में एंट्री करना है, तो ये लेवल एक अच्छा लेवल है जहाँ से वो नीचे आते जा रहे हैं. सो इफ यू गेट इट एट 50 SMA or 200 SMA, it is a good buy point. Okay, somewhere 309 or something, if you get it, it is a good buy point. Okay. Bharat Electronics is good stock. Double top जैसा environment है. It has created twice the tops, and now it is coming down that level. Now the garment industry, Dollar, Page Industries and all, they are doing much better than you can see the Dollar 50 SMA से ऊपर है. Lux Industries, okay, this is showing a positive move. You can see that blue one is above the green, therefore it is definitely in the. So from here the stock can go up. Vardhaman Textiles, this is a stock which I have suggested at this point of time. when the blue went above. So it is still holding that. So Vardhaman Textile is a good buy. Rupa is also one. Okay, थोड़ा weak है. Page Industries, blue is above the green, so it is a buy signal is there. Hindustan Unilever, very weak. Britannia, very weak. Don't enter these counters. ITC, blue and green are the prices below blue and green. SMS and 200 SMS से ऊपर है. Okay, some news keeps coming on this ITC counter, so people get attracted by that. Stock को थोड़ा ऊपर लेके जाएंगे, वापस वो नीचे आ जाता है. The base is around 220, 230. It keeps on coming at that level only. Okay. Tata Consumer, okay, currently weak at these levels. Tata Coffee, okay, the two SMAs are merging, so थोड़ा रुक जाइए. अभी भी वो weak ही है. Godrej Consumer Products, it has gone down drastically. Okay, when it was at 1500 levels, I was to tell that why this stock is going up. There was no logic behind it. 1200 levels, not 15. So you can see that there was no logic. Only in the news of the new CEO fellow coming, the stock was taken up by the operators. IEX is a good stock. I would personally like to accumulate more of this. It is a good stock. The concept is working well, and this stock is one. Okay, by the way, this stock went to that, उसका bonus हुआ और उसके बाद from 700 levels it has come down to 255 levels. On the Friday it was at 267, then it has come down to 255. You can see the swing was very high. That week is also very big. But अभी वो stabilize हो रहा है. Around 245 it will get stabilized. So wait for your time to buy IEX. अगर proper levels है तो यहाँ तक वो आ सकता है. So this is a good level. You can wait for this level. लेकिन इतना आएगा कि नहीं थोड़ा बोल नहीं सकते. But yeah, definitely it will come around this levels, somewhere near 235 levels. So wait for that level to enter the stock. यहाँ भी एक छोटा डिमांड जोन वो बना रहा है. So at around 240, 235 levels, if you get the stock, it is a good buy. So wait for 1 or 2 days. This stock will stabilize and it will come to its proper position. That is the time you should enter. Grasim Industries, cement, looking positive. You can see the blue is above the green, so it is a positive. It is bullish. CDSL is looking well. ये stock अच्छा है. BSE अच्छा है. CAMS is at a very low level. You can buy if you want, but you'll have to believe the company. The company is doing well, definitely. And if you get it at a lower level at 2,800 levels, you can definitely add on this. You can see there is a continuous consolidation at this level. ये level के बीच में वो कभी कब से घूम रहा है. So you get an opportunity, buy CAMS. Naukri is a very good stock. Okay. Currently it is down, but it is a good company to hold. FL India is also currently down. थोड़ा नीचे आया. You can see on the Friday the candle was red, but still overall if you see the 21 SMA is above the 50 SMA and it is above the 200 SMA. So it is a bullish signal is there. Okay, India Mart is going down. So this is one stock which has gone down very drastically. I had bought some numbers at 7,200, 300 levels and it has still gone down. So wait for some time, but ये actually very low levels पे है. इससे ज़्यादा low होना थोड़ा हो सकता है if a particular day the market swings badly, but still this is the level at which you can accumulate. And you can see this already it is touching quite some time. 2-3 times it has come at this level and it has gone back above. TCS, okay, here it is TCS. Okay, this level demand zone is there. It has moved little up. Okay, फिर भी वो weak है because the 50 SMA is above the 21 SMA, so it is a bearish signal. Okay, it is weak still. Tata Elxsi is a good stock to hold. इसमें आप accumulation करो, लेकिन थोड़ा अच्छा लेवल मिलना चाहिए, एंड ये एक अच्छा लेवल है आपको, यहाँ मिलेगा तो बहुत अच्छा है 5230 लेवल पे. इवन ये कैंडल भी आप देख रहे हैं, इट इज जस्ट टचिंग, नियरली टचिंग दिस लेवल. So if you get any of these levels, you can accumulate the stock. This is one of the good stocks. I would say it is even better than the TCS one because it is working on high technology, AI and robotics and all those things. So these are good levels at which you can enter Tata Elxsi. अच्छा stock है. Infi, like TCS, is going through a bad time, but Infi is little better. You can see the blue one is above green, but ये zone के अंदर है, and 2-3 times it has tried to cross, once, twice. Here it has crossed and come down. Here also it crossed and came down. So TCS, the Infi is, if you can see, this is the kind of a zone which has been formed. It is finding it difficult to cross this zone. So ये एक अपर लेवल है, सप्लाई जोन है, जिसको वो क्रॉस करेगा तो ही इन्फी आगे जाएगा, नहीं तो इन्फी विल मूव इन दिस जोन ओनली. Tech Mahindra is doing well, much better than Infi and all. You can see the blue line is very above and it is trying to cross the line. Okay, this is the upper level, the upper zone which has been created. You can see the supply zone is here. So just now it is trying to cross the supply zone. If it crosses the supply zone, the stock will move further up. So it is at a very good bullish point, Tech Mahindra. HCL Technologies is showing weakness. It is bearish by nature. Just now you can see. Avoid this. Mindtree is good. Mindtree is good. Good to hold on. If you are lucky, you will get at the lower levels, but इतना आने का chances नहीं है. But ये levels पे आप, you can think of buying little. This is a mid cap stock. Okay, doing relatively well. If you get it at this levels, it is good. Okay, the prices have gone below the blue and the green SMS, so little weakness है. थोड़ा नीचे आएगा और 90 you can accumulate them. Wipro is going down. You can see here it has gone down. CN is also IT stock which is going down currently. Subex has gone down. You can see all the three SMS से नीचे है. This is a stock you should remove somewhere if it goes above 60-70 level. Okay, this level पे निकाल दो. Happiest Mind is doing well. Okay, this is one stock which went up above 5% on Friday. It was my swing trade, and this was the level at which you should have exited. LTI and LTTS both are doing reasonably well. Okay, LTTS थोड़ा negative हुआ. Okay, but still it is positive about the blue SMA, 21 SMA. Okay, let's go to some other stocks. Godrej Properties. You can see the blue is below and the green is above. That means it is a bearish signal. The red candle was there. You can see such a big red candle was formed. Okay, so this stock is getting a continuously negative kind of, the movement is like this, and you can see there is a, at this levels if you want you can accumulate. but ये 1700 का level है, difficult to come, but after this fall, I don't see any other demand zone. So it will come down to this level, 1730. Even though it is 300 points away, but possibility is very high that it will come down to that level. Okay. Prestige, I entered at 460 something. Today it is at 436. It's a good stock to hold, but we'll have to wait because the real estate is not doing so well. Sobha, once again, showing me bearish. ये भी bearish दिखा रहा है. DLF, very bearish. Okay. iBull Housing Finance. Okay. You can see all the three SMAs are converging at that particular point. So iBull is looking better than the others. Okay. Suntech, it's showing bearishness. The chemical stocks, okay, that day on Friday, this was one of the swing trades, and I have actually exited my holdings in this because it has reached that 4% level. You can see that 4.04 it will reach. So all these three stocks I have given on Wednesday, Thursday, and some of these have made positive, but Axis Bank has gone negative. So if you're holding it, hold for some time because it has to go up. Okay. So in the swing trades, it is always possible that because of the market going down on a particular day, you may find your stop loss. IEX is not minus 64. It is that 750 ka previous data. Then it has become a bonus stock. So now it is around. So it started at 247. It went up to 279. I told in the message that hold on because let it stabilize. So it is at 255 just now, but I would believe it will come down to 235 levels, 240 levels. And that is the time you can add some more of IEX. Okay. So this is the, I am giving the swing trades regularly. So little thoda सोच समझ के करना, बड़ा quantity में मत करना. This is only for earning some monthly income. That is the reason it is there. Okay, now these chemical stocks are not doing so well. Tata Chem is little better. Okay, I am finding it, but I have not given a call for this. But ये stock आपको swing के लिए मिलेगा, जब मिलेगा तब मैं आपको बता दूंगा. Power grid. Now this, okay, let us see the power stocks. Tata Power. See, one of the Jeffries has said that the stock will come down by 54% to 127 levels. And the other people are saying that it will go up. Now, with the positive news continuously coming in the Tata Power, and this is a good kind of a build-up which has happened. I, for one, feel that Tata Power, don't sell it, hold it, and it will move in this range from year to year continuously. If you want to sell, wait for your time at 250 to 60 levels, but don't liquidate the stock. It has gone down the 21 SMA, but it is still about a 50 SMA, and 200 SMA is very far away. So hold the stock. It is a good kind of a stock to hold, looking at the current EV scenario. Power Grid is also doing much better. You can see the stock is way ahead of the 21 and 50 SMA. थोड़ा down हुआ है, but overall the stock is bullish. Coal India is gone down. Okay, it was at 190 levels, and now it is at 160 levels. It is slightly going up, but wait for your time till it goes above these two levels. NTPC, I have liquidated my positions in this stock. I'm not going to buy this further. Sun Pharma, the pharmaceutical industry, I don't have any of these. Cipla I'm having little bit, few numbers, say 50 or 100 I believe. Davis Lab, I'm not having it. No. Fortis is a good stock. Okay. Now I'm seeing upward positive movement. You can see that 21 SMA has crossed the 50 SMA and it is showing bullish signals. Fortis we had bought at 100 levels, 150 levels or something, if I remember right. And now it is at 250 levels. So it is a good stock, 280 levels just now. Just giving an idea, Apollo Hospital is a similar kind of stock, which is at 3000 levels. Okay, so 5000 levels, because it used to be at 3000 for years together, Okay, now it has moved to 5,000. This is one stock which is coming down. If it comes down to this level of 5,000 or 4,600 levels, you can enter this stock. Okay, Fortis and Apollo Hospital both are good stocks. Both are parallel stocks. Both will do well definitely, and definitely I'm informing you all that you can accumulate this. Sequent Scientific, this is one stock which has gone wrong. Why it has gone wrong? Because they took some decision of going for inorganic acquisition and all. Now this stock is, I'm holding some 100 numbers, not very high, but at 230 levels, at this levels I'm holding. So it has gone down by 70 rupees. Hold for some time till the time you get the right price and liquidate. Max Health is another new stock I've added. It's a good stock. It's fundamentally also very good. Max Health. So you can enter this stock if you want. You can see it has just become bullish. Laurus Lab, I'm avoiding this stock. I actually gave a call for 630 levels to sell it, and now it is at 500 levels. So if you want, you can hold it if you're already having it. Otherwise, wait for your time to. Dr. Reddy is also negative. It is showing extremely negative. You can see below 200 SMA. Meghani Organics has gone down from 117 levels. It was at this levels once upon a time before the break, before the new listings, and now it has come down very drastically. But you can see the stock has started moving up once again. It is about the 21 SMA. It has to cross the 50 SMA. NFL is doing well. Meghani Fine Chemicals, sorry. This stock has started moving well. It was listed at around 400 levels. Here is the listing point 408 or something. It was where it is. Here it is. Okay. Somewhere near this. This was the listing day in the month of August, and now it has gone to this levels. It went up to 800 something, now 900 levels, and it is at 772 levels. Gujarat State GSPL is a stock which has not done so well. Manapuram Finance. Okay, this was also one of the swing trade stocks which I had suggested. Okay, and I'm expecting this stock to go to 194 levels, 192 or something, I remember right. So it has gone up, but this is a 1 week to 15 days stock, means that is the period in which you can see the changes. Okay, so it has started moving up. It can go up to 190 levels. So expect the stock to go up, but slowly over. So if you are not entered, you can enter this if you want for swing trade. I'm talking of swing trade. And swing trade में 60-70% possibility is doing well. 30% can be going in the other direction if the market falls badly. LIC Housing Finance, I'm not going for it. Don't do anything. L&T Finance Holding Company, don't do anything. Motilal Oswal is doing little better. Okay, you can see the blue one is above the green. It has started moving. It has come down to its level of 970. Okay, partial profit booking can take place if you want to at this levels, because this is the topmost level. Support zone, supply zone is there. अगर ये क्रॉस किया तो स्टॉक बहुत आगे जाएगा. GM Finance has gone down drastically badly. Okay, it has gone down by 200 SMA से भी नीचे हो चुका है. Okay, so I'm holding this stock. Some 500 numbers I'm having, but unfortunately it is not moving only. L&T is a stock which has come down. You can see here. थोड़ा रुकना, उसमें अभी एंट्री मत करना. मदरसन सुमी ऑटो स्टॉक going down. Most of these autos are down. M&M is doing little better. M&M is doing little better, but still it is down. Amaraja is very badly shaped. It is going down only now. Continuously it is going down. Balkrishna Industries is also down. Tire company. Tata Motors is okay. ब्लू लाइन से नीचे है, 20 SMA से नीचे है, लेकिन 50 से ऊपर है. ये जोन में है. It is going in this zone. This is the buy point. 436 is the buy point for that. Minda Industry is down. You can see it is just touching this. Friday it went down very badly. Jamna Auto. Okay. If you have removed the stock at 110, 115, 120 levels, you are lucky. I also removed at about 105 levels earlier, before that, not at this time, this levels. Maruti is in a bad shape. Don't go for Maruti stocks. Hero Honda is very bad shape. Hero Honda has not given any return since last few years. So don't enter this counter. Bajaj Auto little better than Hero Honda, but still you can see it is down. Currently it has started moving up, but इतना नहीं हैगा, कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं होगा. Exide industry is also in a bad shape. So net on the motor sectors, the auto sectors, except Tata Motors, I don't see any major move in any of the other companies. So if you want, hold Tata Motors because it has taken a leading position in the EV vehicles. Okay, otherwise all others are not so good. Let's see the cement industry, ACC. Now ACC, Ultratech, they are doing little better. Okay, you can see it has come down. I agree, it has come down below this. But now the stock will once again start moving upwards, and there is a supply zone which is here. So it has to break this supply zone, which is little difficult looking at the current market situation. So थोड़ा movement करेगा वो. If you get it at the 2220 levels, it is good buy. But वो आएगा कि नहीं पता नहीं है, because the reason is if the market falls, it will go up. Ultrachem Cement also, it is in a similar situation. You can see that same kind of candle formation like ACC, similar candle formation. Ambuja also very similar, but it is Heidelberg Cement, bad situation. The stock has come down from 350 levels. JK Lakshmi, little better than the others, little better. You can see it is blue is still above green, but it is touching the candles. JK Cement, Anjani Petrol Chemicals, Portland Cement, sorry, Anjani Portland Cement. This stock has gone down badly. It was at a very good level at 400 levels. It has gone down by 100 points, 25% down. Asian Paints, Berger Paints, all these paints are doing badly currently. Asian still better than Berger. And Kansai Nerolac. Now some of the stocks which are doing relatively well. Dixon, I believe, will start moving upwards. So that will be my swing call. I'm waiting for a Monday morning to see how Dixon is behaving. Havels is little weak, but still it is better than. So once it crosses this, it can be a position where you can look for a swing trade in Havels. So Dixon and Havels will see on Monday, Tuesday. The Reliance industry is going bad. Okay, you can see here. It is continuously falling, trying to go a little up, but it is falling further down. So ये लेवल पे तो रिलायंस आपको मिल जाएगा. आपको ये लेवल पे लेना है 2280-90 लेवल्स पे आपको मिला तो अच्छा है. Then you can see Bharti Airtel. These are the Airtel telecom stocks which have started moving up. So Bharti Airtel has started moving up. Okay. Now this is a tested zone. ये लेवल पे अभी ऑलरेडी है. उसके नीचे का लेवल पे आपको मिला ये लेवल. So if you get it around 690, it is a good buy for Bharti Airtel. And further lower than this is, that is very far away. At 602 levels. So you have to wait for some time for your entry into Bharti. Okay. Don't go at this high levels because your stock correct hoga वापस. HFCL is around 70 levels since a long time. Tejas Industries around 400 levels. This stock was bought by Tata's, and then the stock has moved up at 400 levels. If you are looking for a kind of a telecom kind of a stock, which in the future will do well, you can look for this stock, HFCL and Indus Towers. The three of them are quite well poised. Okay, this is Indus Towers. It has come down badly. So at lower levels, at this levels, if you can get, there is a demand zone here. ये लेवल पे अगर आपको मिला तो आपका अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है. So wait for this time of 7275 levels. शायद आ जाएगा very soon because it has already touched this very quite often. So any other stock you want me to cover up? Is anyone interested in any other stock?
Viraf Tanla, TANLA.
One minute. This is IT stock. You are already having or you want to buy it?
This Casey has just taken, and he's saying to just ask.
If you have bought it, it is a good stock. It is in the bullish range. Just now it is showing bullish. Okay.
So it is long term or
No,
swing?
it is a mid cap stock. Okay, not very long term also.
Achha.
But if you are looking for a long term, then we should buy at a lower levels. But if you have bought at a higher level, then
I don't know. I don't know what he has
you
bought.
have bought it at the higher levels or at the current level. If you want to this निकालना है तो at this levels you can remove when you get an opportunity, 16, 20 levels.
Mm-hmm.
You can remove that. But if you have bought at lower levels, then hold for a longer period of time. If you have bought it at levels like 1300, 1400 levels, you can see there is a big gap here. Okay, if you have bought it at lower levels, then you hold for a better thing. But
Achha.
the stock is currently it is showing bullishness because it is both above 21 and 50 SMA. It's a good thing. Any other stock?
Yeah,
Thank
Sumitomo Chemicals.
Sumito.
Yeah, first one.
This is showing a lot of bearishness. The stock is below 21 and 50 SMA and it is nearly touching the 200 SMA. If you are having it, अभी निकलना अच्छा नहीं है because I believe you must be holding the stock. You are following.
Yes, yes, yes.
So ये आप निकालो मत अभी
Okay.
because just now it has gone down. It is actually a very low. It has gone down from 457 to about 125% low हो चुका है. So hold it for some more time. Okay.
Okay, but not to add, right?
Now, if you want to add, then you wait for this levels. I'm just looking at the addition levels. This is one level that you can add. 327 levels. Okay, because वो यहाँ आएगा. You can see here भी आ चुका था 347 तक आ गया. So at 327 you can add if you want. But I'm not sure about the fundamentals. So let me have a look at the fundamentals. What is the spelling of this one? Sumi Pomar. Fundamentals are good, but valuation it is very expensive, and the trend is bearish just now. The fundamentals point of view, it is good. So
Right,
wait for
okay.
your time to come
Okay.
to these levels. If you
Okay.
want to average, fundamentals are quite okay, nothing wrong. But valuation expensive है तो 340, 370 से वो अगर नीचे आएगा ना यहाँ level पे 340, 350 you can add little bit, and then at 327, 330 levels add some more. Yes, that way. Any other stock? Anyone?
Okay. Thank you.
Sterlite Technology.
Which you said?
Sterlite Technology.
Sterlite. No. It's actually at this range currently. You can see the upper zone is somewhere here. ये लेवल पे है and the lower level is somewhere here. So ये जोन में वो जा रहा है.
Okay.
So it is showing bearishness because the blue and the green are touching the candle. But Friday को वो काफी ऊपर हो गया था. So if you are already having it, hold it for this levels, 312 level. If you want to buy it further,
I already have it.
you have it, then hold it.
Yeah.
Because buy levels will be below this. It will be around this 260 levels. You need to buy at this, buy lower levels only, at these levels, 261 or something. But if you're having it, hold it, and you can exit at around this level, 312 or something, 310, 312.
Okay.
I will just see the fundamentals also. I'm not sure about this stock. Fundamentals is not so good. It is 50-50 kind of stock. Moderate fundamentals. Valuation is also moderate, not very costly stock. So all the three dots, even the momentum bullishness is not there. It is neutral. So I for once will tell you that if you are getting a good price at this level, around 310, 312, if you want, get some money and exit. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, let us start with the PowerPoint. This one I want. So today is my second last lecture for mutual funds. Next week I will be having the last lecture. Today we'll see something on first direct and regular funds में difference क्या है? Why it is better now to invest direct funds than regular. Second thing is what is the difference between active and passive mutual funds. Third is how do I invest? And fourth important thing is if you're a FD kind of investor, then why not invest in debt funds and how the debt funds will work. Next time I'll be showing you the process of investing and the selection of stocks, of selection of mutual funds. That will be my last lecture next time. And some mistakes we make while doing the mutual fund structure. So let's go to do this. ये काफी बड़ा presentation है. See, it is better to be going through a direct mutual fund rather than going through a broking house. Approximately 1% pay around you are getting charged for the commission you have to pay if you are doing through anything like ICICI Direct or HDFC Direct or Securities or any one of them, Motilal Oswal, and that money over a period of time becomes a very big money. Okay? And there are many other websites like Zerodha Coin and all those. They have started introducing mutual funds without charging any commission. So that is another way you can approach. And the next one more important thing is each of these mutual funds are having their own websites, and you can create a login. So I for one will be, I'm having my physical mutual funds and shifting them, but because of COVID I'm not able to do that. But my thought process is shift to direct, and you will see the difference that you'll make a better money. Okay, just giving you an example of direct versus a regular. A direct mutual fund of 20 years, and every month if I put 20,000, and if I consider a return on investment of 12%, my investment is 48 lakhs and expected return are around 2 crores. And the difference between 2 and 48 is 1.52 crores. That is my gain from a direct investment. And if I take the same thing and I just remove a brokerage, which is 1%, commission broker to the broker, commission to the broker is 1%. So my ROI instead of 12, it becomes 11%. And everything else remaining the same, my gain has gone down by something like 25 lakhs rupees. Now difference 1.52 and 1.27, 25 lakhs is quite some money. Here in both the cases I have not considered inflation, but you can see that this is actually not helping us. Earlier we were not having this option, but now we have this option. So as a rule, we should take future mutual funds directly. You can go to the branch office like HDFC mutual fund offices at surely come. So you can go to them and directly take it. You will be saving that 1%. 1% we feel it is very less, but actually over a period of time, that 1% is quite a big money. Okay. So if you have a broker, another problem is brokers will keep on suggesting some things which is for their interest. And brokers are not supposed to suggest, but still there is a conflict of interest and they keep suggesting buy this, sell this, most of the brokers. Okay. So it is, one thing is important that you buy as per the way of buying. You can go and understand what was the kind of ratings are there. You have seen in last few lectures which kind of funds to invest, what kind of levels at which we can invest. So avoid distributors because they get the commission for doing nothing. 1% we feel is very less, but over a longer period of time, in absolute terms, it can be as much as 20%. Like you saw here, that the gain was 1.52 and here it is 1.27. So 1/6 of your money is actually going by paying that commission to the broker for nothing. So investors should move to direct mutual funds. Okay. And with technology and with direct websites available, all you will have to do is you have to go through various websites, keep your user ID and password, you should remember that, and then keep on investing. Okay. So you will be seeing how to make up a mutual fund portfolio also, where you will see that depending upon your thinking and your persona, your age group and your risk levels and all, you can have about 10 to 12 mutual funds, and then that is the way, maximum 10 to 12. Okay. Expert fee, you can have some people who are willing to give advice. Some people will not charge you, but some people will charge you. But that charge will be one time. One-time charge will be much lesser compared to the 1% you are going to pay that person right throughout his life. So that 20 years, 15 years you are paying that person 1% every month, every earnings you are actually paying much more than that. So go through an expert and get it done, or you yourself can put in some time and become an expert. There is nothing difficult. So here I am showing you some of the direct Okay, and then we'll see the comparison. You will be able to see there is a lot of waste of money which can happen if you go through the regular ones rather than the direct ones. Okay, it's just here. So here it is. I'm picking both regular and direct. Now just see here. Mire, direct and Mire growth. Both are 5 ratings. Both are the fund managers are doing exactly the same thing. They are not two separate funds, but they are two separate outlets. Here you are doing direct investment. Here you are doing through a broker. Okay, it's actually the difference. This is a direct fund. So here is the returns 46% against Nifty category average particular mutual fund category. So this is a large and mid cap fund. Now I am seeing the regular. I'll be able to see money earnings from the field. So this is become this way. We are losing on see here rate of Nifty. Let us see another one, UTI Flexi Cap. This is a direct plan, 43.51. Here it is not showing the benchmark. Okay, against the average of 38.53. What is a flexi cap fund? Invest in all the types of cap or mid cap or the small cap. In a multi cap, there is a restriction of 25% each. But in the case of flexi cap, there is no restriction. You can change your percentage. So the UTI has given a return of 43.51, and this is direct. And now let us see the regular. So 43.51 becomes now how much? We're still showing direct to me. Just wait for some time. Now NAVs will be changing. Now you will see that you will think like this. that if the NAV is low, I will invest in that fund. Okay. Now, if the same fund, regular fund NAV is 30 and direct fund NAV is 32. So normally a person will think that I will invest with NAV which is low. But their catch is like this, that over a longer period of time, the NAV of the direct fund will increase much more than the NAV of the regular fund. Secondly, the expense ratios of the direct fund is much lesser compared to the regular funds. So over a longer period of time, the NAVs of the direct fund will be give you much better returns. And therefore, when you are investing very early, always, even if you have to pay a little more in the NAV, go for a NAV of a direct fund rather than a regular fund, because the expenses will be lower. Okay, and the fund house is not going to, the broker is not going to charge you anything, therefore no commission is paid. So it is always better to go for a direct fund. While selling also, the advantage is the NAV of the direct fund will improve much more and faster. Okay, increments will be higher. So your overall returns will be much more. Another thing is whether you should go for dividend or a growth option. Because of the government's taxation policy and all, I would suggest that you should go for growth option only. Even if you want dividend, you can sell some part of your quantity and earn money, rather than growth option is a better way, because in the growth option, the mutual fund is earning some dividend and they will reinvest, and that reinvestment will help you to, the money will multiply by itself and you will not be. So earlier people used to take dividend reinvestment scheme, but that reinvestment scheme is not helping now because of the new tax rules. Then the second thing is whether I should put my money in active mutual funds or passive mutual funds. If you don't have much of a time, then you should look for passive mutual funds. If you are a person who can be very much sure that you can judge your mutual funds, your fund manager is good, he is able to generate more profits. But one thing you should remember this, even if he is generating more profits, his expense ratio is very high. So some of the mutual funds expense ratio is as high as 2.5%. So when you find this expense ratio figure is about 2.5%, I for one will say I will not go for that mutual fund, because he is charging too much. तो अगर तुम्हारा 12-14% 30% भी रिटर्न हुआ और वो percentage will be very high of expense ratio, in such scenario you can look at the passive funds also. What is a passive fund? It is your index funds or ETFs. Now, if I am saying a fund which is Nifty 50 fund, then Nifty 50 index fund will be having the same number of Nifty 50 stocks, or Sensex 30 index fund will be having the same number of Sensex 30 stocks. Now, this is an exact copy of the index, and the system will buy and sell the stocks as per the index prices. Here in this system, in the passive one, the expense ratio is less than 1, 0.05, 0.07, like in ETFs. It is hardly anything. So the active mutual funds, they try to generate more, but many of them fail to do well, and therefore many a times you find that their earnings are much lesser. Now as the fund becomes bigger and bigger, the problem starts happening, because they have to keep some money for the people who are going to remove their mutual funds. So investors have a thinking that my index funds, active funds will do much better than the index. But you should be able to judge that mutual fund. You should be able to see how well it is doing. And many times the past mutual funds are not necessarily giving the same returns. Okay, so the past performance is not an indication of future going to be. Whereas Index funds are nowadays more mechanically software driven. There is no question of inefficiency of biases. In the case of your active mutual funds, a lot of mutual fund managers have some kind of bias towards a particular stock. Okay, earlier it has given very good returns. Maybe I will continue with that. So those bias values will not be there. We will keep on doing as per the system, and when the system is going to define, the process is going to define, the index will do better. Let us see how the index works. Supposing I am an investor in a mutual fund and I am investing 5 lakhs in the mutual fund. So I am investing in Nifty 50 index funds. Like me, there are so many other investors who are investing, and all the total investment comes to 500 crores. So 500 crores I am investing in Nifty 50 index funds of any mutual fund. Supposing say I am in Nippon, which is earlier belonging to Reliance. Now this mutual fund will do is, it will, based on the Nifty 50 weightages, it will say that, say Reliance is having 13% weightage, HDFC is having say 20% weightage, then some other TCS is having some weightage. So it will identify the weightage of those companies and it will buy the stocks of those 50 companies and will hold that stocks. Now, as and when the redemption happens, people are withdrawing from this, it will also sell and sell based on the weightages. Okay. Now, when the stock is going up, you will definitely do well. The index funds will do well. When the stock will go down, the index fund will do little badly. So Nifty 50, some of the free Nifty 50. What does Nifty 50 means? We are talking of the first 50 stocks, which comprises of 65% of the free float market cap. So if you take the first 50 stocks only, the whole market capitalization around 65% is coming from Nifty 50. If I take next Nifty 50 also, means I take 1 to 100, then my total market cap is 65 plus 12. So it becomes something like 77%. So 65 plus 12 is 77. So pehla 100 stocks ka market capitalization is 77%, and the remaining, whatever the Nifty stocks are there, 1600 stocks totally, 1700 total, they are having remaining 33%. Not 33, 23%. Okay. So Nifty 100 will represent 77%. So remaining your 1500, 1600 stocks are going to have only 23%. Similarly, Nifty 150 is going to represent much more. It is adding another 11.4. So 77 plus 11.4 will become 88.4. And so on. We will be having multiple stocks in multiple ranges. Okay. Like if I take Nifty 500, it represents 94% of the free float market capitalization. Okay. Now, what are my ETFs? ETFs are like index funds, but they are traded on the stock exchange. So during the day, I can buy and sell the ETFs. They are exactly similar to index funds, but in the case of index funds, it is a mutual fund, whereas in the case of ETF, it is like a stock. Since it is like a stock, what you have to do is you have to open a Demat account. Now, in the case of ETFs, the expense ratio is further low. It is the lowest, like example, Nippon Nifty 50, currently it is showing as 0.05%. Earlier it used to be 0.07%. So it is reducing day by day. Okay. So I am showing you some of the index funds and ETFs. Here is my Nippon India ETF Nifty Bees, means Nifty first 150, which I had suggested earlier. It is showing you a return of 32.39 against the Nifty of 32.47. TRI means total return on investment. And the category average of this Nifty 50 Bs is 28.94, whereas this fellow is nearly around the same, 32.39. Now this slight difference is that is called as a tracking error. There is a little bit of tracking error. It is 0.08 little lower than the Nifty 50. But that will not be so easily possible, because basically you can see here, yellow is the Nifty 50 and this is, you can see the returns. Here it is showing me little negative, otherwise it is much ahead of the others. Category average से भी ज़्यादा है. Here it has gone down 1 month में, but 6 months it is above. You can see here, year to date it is good. 1 year also it is good. Now another thing, you will find that SIP returns will be little better than your regular returns, because SIP will smoothen the curve. What does it mean? It means that some months the markets will go down as it is today, and some months the market will go up. So when you are buying at a lower NAV value, you are actually helping your mutual fund to increase your total earnings. And when you are buying at a higher value, your mutual fund's earnings will become lower. Okay. So that is one of the reasons. ETF versus index funds. ETFs is basically like a stock. You can buy and sell on the same day. Normally we are not buying and selling like a stock. We are buying ETFs for long term. Hence we should avoid buying and selling. We are not trading like this. But in the case of index funds, you have to wait for the end of the day. Then we'll come to know the NAV value of that mutual fund. And then I'll be, whatever money I have invested, that you will come to know at the end of the day, once the NAV is defined. And based on that, you will be allotted that many units. Similarly, on selling also, you will have to wait for the end of the day. Okay. And on the same day, you cannot buy and sell the mutual fund. Whereas in the ETFs, you can buy and sell on the same day. For the case of ETFs, you need a trading account and demat account. Okay. Invest in ETFs which has high volume. Like it is like a stock. The stock liquidity hona chahiye, same way the volume should also be high in the ETF. And invest only in good ETFs which is giving you good returns. Nippon ETFs are giving better returns than others. Okay. You don't need a trading account in the case of the index funds. What is a tracking error? Tracking error is nothing but the error which is the difference between the returns by the mutual fund index and the index fund. Okay. Now this happens because of couple of reasons. One of the reasons is, you can see the first reason is there is a major difference because of the expense ratio. Second is, when you are investing in the index fund, the fund manager has to keep some money because of the redemptions, and that money is quite some money. So the redemption amount is what the fund manager is always supposed to hold some percentage of it, and that money is idle. It is not giving him the returns, which in the case of your index, the index is just moving up and down. It is not an actual investment. But in the case of fund managers, he is keeping some money outside, and not because there is going to be redemption on a daily basis. And if the market is falling, it will be furthermore. Okay. Then the third and most important thing, some of the indices move, some stocks will move out of the index, some stock will enter the index. And when this enter or exit happens, the fund manager also have to change his mutual fund holdings, and that is one of the reasons also. So there are three reasons. One is the expense ratio, second one is the index fund, the person has to hold some money because of the redemptions, and the third one is the constitution of the index will change, as some stocks will move out of the index and some new ones will enter. So that is the reason we have the tracking error. Okay. Some of the index and ETF funds you can see here. Okay, now you can, in this money control, you will have to go to mutual fund, then performance tracker, and there is others. ये others के अंदर दिखा रहा है. Remember this, it is showing under others, index funds and ETFs. Okay, here it is. So this is, whenever it is ETF, it is mentioned ETF. If it is index fund, it will be mentioned as index fund. You can see the ETF and there is no separate screening which is given. Okay. So what are the historic returns of this index and ETF? You can see here. Here it is. Wherever ETF is mentioned, it is an ETF. Now see this HDFC ETF has given this. Nippon currently is little low. 5-star is HDFC. Nippon is 4-star currently. Because 1 month में थोड़ा down हुआ है Nippon. So you can go to any of this and you can have a look at what way you want to invest and where you want to invest. Now, how to invest? There are multiple ways of investing. You can invest lump sum, you can invest SIP, you can do STP, or you can do SWP. Lump sum investment is good for people who have a lot of money. They have earned something in some mutual fund or something, and now they want to invest in some other fund. Lump sum investment you should do only when the markets are falling. In a bearish kind of market, you do lump sum, you are going to earn better. But if you are having a bullish market, you avoid doing lump sum investment. It is not good, because when the market is overvalued and the market will have a correction, and when the market has a correction, you are going to lose money on that. So lump sum you should avoid when the markets are good. Under normal condition, do SIP only. Disciplined approach. More of people earning income regularly, they will do SIP. It takes care of the bear and the bull phases. Over a longer period of time, it will give you a better return. STP is something like, I'm having some money in some particular fund and that fund is not doing well. I want to remove the money. I can transfer the money from one fund to another. Okay. Or you have some lump sum money. The big money is there, but I don't want to invest everything today. What I will do? I will invest in a transfer from one fund to another fund and set up a STP so that as the market goes up and down, I'm not doing any lump sum investment, but I'm doing now all this SIP and STP. You can do it yourself if you are having a disciplined manner of entering the markets. Then the systematic withdrawal plan is very important for people who want a retirement kind of a monthly income. You can withdraw every month, say 30,000-40,000, what you want. On the equity mutual funds, the tax calculation is, please see this, the tax will be deducted over and above 1 lakh of your profits. And the percentage will be 10%. It should exceed 1 lakh. If your income is becoming more than 1 lakh from mutual funds, then 10% will be deducted. This is for long term. But in the case of short term, there is no rule of 1 lakh. Direct flat 15% will be your taxation. This is for equity mutual funds. Debt mutual funds, depending upon your indexation, which will consider inflation, you will be charged 20% tax. But because of inflation, your tax will be lesser than 20%. That is for long term. If it is less than 3-year period, it will be considered as a short term income. in whichever tax bracket you fall, it will be based on that tax bracket, you will be charged that particular income. So in the case of equity, we are talking of 1 year as a long term, short term 1 year, less than 1 year. In case of debt fund, it is more than 3 years and less than 3 years. Please remember these two are very important things. For debt funds, you keep your money invested for at least 3 years so that you get a benefit of 20% taxation, indexation basically. Indexation will consider your inflations and therefore your tax will be much lesser. Now, how does a debt fund work? Many a times we think that if the interest rate is fixed, why my NAVs are changing? Now, bonds are issued by the government bodies or the corporates. Supposing a bond is issued at 7% for 1 year, I'm investing rupees 10,000. So I'm going to get an interest of 10,000 plus 700. So at the end of the 1 year, I should get 10,700. But why it is that by bond NAVs are changing, even though the interest is fixed? The bond yield is calculated, returns are calculated based on the NAV of the fund. So you have to go to the websites and check the NAV. If the time of investment, supposing my NAV was rupees 40, after 1 year it becomes 44. So what is my returns? 44 minus 40, the whole divided by 40, which is 4 upon 40, which is about 10%. And if the same fund, I buy it at 40 and later it becomes 38. It becomes 38, so my returns are 38 minus 40 divided by 40, which will give me minus 5%. That is the reason you can see the NAV is defining your returns in the case of your bonds. Now, what are the factors on which the NAV will depend? First factor is the interest rate. Second factor is the fund duration. And third is the quality of the bonds. Let us see the interest rate. The interest rate is fixed, but still the NAV changes. Here I am giving you an example. Consider a bond I am taking at 7%. Now RBI every bi-monthly, that is every 2 months, they have this monetary policy council meeting and they change the interest rates, or they may not change the interest rate. Supposing after 6 months, after you buying at 7%, the IBI is increasing the interest rates to 8%. Now what happens? New bonds are coming in the market at 8%, whereas your bond, previous bond was at 7%. Now, who is going to buy your bond? Because the new bond is available at 8%. The bonds are traded in the market like we used to trade the stocks. So because the new bond is coming with higher increase in interest, your previous bond will be in lesser demand, and your demand for your old bonds at 7% is going to decrease. Because the demand is going to decrease, the NAV of that bond will decrease. So what if the NAV decreases? You are going to get less returns. Now you are the person who had invested at 7%. Now the NAV is reducing because the new bond has come in the market at 8%. So that is how you are losing your NAV, because the demand for your bond is reducing. But supposing you had invested at 7% and the new bonds come at 6%. Now the government has reduced the 6% because the government wants to increase the liquidity in the market. Now the new bonds that come at 6%, we are having old bonds at 7%. because you are getting a 1% additional advantage, the demand for your old bonds will increase compared to the demand for the new bond. Because of this varying interest rates, the bond prices will go up or will go down depending upon how the new bonds are coming in the market. Now, the government and RBI does not change very often, but they still change. Like we are hearing that the RBI, the US Fed is going to increase the bond rates. As soon as the bond rates are increased, the FIs will remove money from our and they will start shifting to the US markets, which are more stable markets, more mature markets, and they are getting better returns. It is not only that 1% increase, but the difference between the rupee price and the dollar price is also adding to that. So whenever there is an increase in the bond market rates, the bonds which were at lower levels will start showing a NAV which is negative, lower. Now the fund duration. So we saw the first thing is the interest risk we saw. Now we are seeing the fund duration. Supposing I am having two bonds, bond A for 1 year and bond B for 5 years. Both are at 9%. Where will I invest? You remember some years back, some 10 years back, SBI came with a 9.5% bond and I had invested 3 lakhs there. Why? Because it was for 9 or 10 years period. Why? Because 9 years के लिए तुमको 9% interest मिल रहा है. And that was the time when the interest rates were very high. And SBI and then I believe L&T भी था. Now, if it is for a fixed period and you are getting a good return for the fixed period, it is better to invest for a longer duration of time. So bond B will be better because it is for 5 years compared to bond A, which is for 1 year. So naturally, people will invest in bond B because it is for a longer period of time. And you are getting a fixed income of 9% for a longer period of time. Because bond B will give you higher returns than bond A. Now the situation can change. Supposing RBI comes out with a 10% bond. Now which bond I will invest? 10% for bond A for 1 year or 10% for bond B for 5 years. Now that bond B is for 5 years, I am losing every year 1%. In such a case, bond A will be more better because the bond B ka NAV will fall. In short, bond returns volatility is directly proportional to the bond duration. If the bond duration is high, the volatility can also increase. If the bond duration is low, the volatility will be also low. The third important thing is the quality of the bonds. You must have heard about this situation which happened with Franklin Templeton bonds. We'll explain that later. Every bond is having some rating given by CRISIL or CARE. A AAA rating is supposed to be a good rating. This rating will suggest what is the quality of the bond, whether it is a good quality bond or a low quality bond. A high quality bond means that company is sure to pay you back. Normally government bonds are high quality bonds and good company bonds are high quality bonds. Because you are sure you will get the principal plus the interest. There is low risk. You can trust the companies. So bonds are secured. If you have a secured bonds, you are sure that you are going to get the money. Some bonds are unsecured. There is no guarantee that you will get your money. Now this low quality bond is the example of Franklin Templeton House Fund House, which was having Vodafone Idea and Yes Bank bonds. Now this Vodafone Idea and Yes Bank, they started falling. Why they buy these bonds? Because they get higher returns. So when you get something which is low in interest, the quality of the bonds will be high. But if you are getting high interest, it means that the quality of the bond is low. So earlier they were doing pretty well, but once the COVID came in and Vodafone Idea bonds started defaulting along with Yes Bank, they never had this kind of imagination कि ऐसा भी situation आएगा कि suddenly these two bonds will become defaulters, and then in the COVID-19 people started redemption much more than the buying. In a normal situation they would have easily got more investors even for the poor quality of the bonds, but because of COVID many withdrawals happened and low quality bonds were there and they were not in a position to get investors buying this low quality, because ultimately then they had to close down this particular mutual fund. So low quality सस्ता बहुत महंगा पड़ता है many a times. Even in FDs and all, we look at interest rates, but we don't look at the company. Look at the CRISIL rating, look at the CARE rating, and then you decide whether you want to buy those bonds or FDs. So summary on the debt funds, they are volatile because of the interest rates. If the interest rate increases, return will decrease. If the interest rate decreases, return will increase. This is a very important page. You can click here. A long-term debt fund is more volatile as compared to a short-term fund. The short-term funds, your money market funds or liquid funds or overnight funds, they can be less volatile. Quality of bonds is important. A CRISIL or a CARE rating of AAA is a good thing. So you should check in Money Control or Value Research or any of this Morningstar and see what is the rating of these bonds before you invest in those kind of instruments. So that is all for today. So we saw active, passive, we saw direct versus regular, we saw different ways of investing, and we saw how the debt fund works, how the NAV changes. Anything anyone wanting to know on the mutual fund side?
Thank you, Viraf. Thank you very much.
Hope you have got some understanding of this mutual funds. Next time will be my last lecture for this particular year because I got some work at my end. And another thing is, please attend that because there I will be showing you the process of investing, which is you may be knowing it, but how to evaluate the mutual funds. Okay, and then some mistakes which we regularly do in selecting mutual funds. Okay, it will be for your benefit because the selection process is also important. I thought I'll be able to cover it, but since it was already 40 slides, I thought that I will take it up next time. So I changed this and I wanted to give you an idea about how the debt funds work and something about mutual fund portfolio also we'll see. Okay, maybe I will take one more lecture afterwards, depending upon the requirement. Around 10th of Jan, I will start a new batch. Okay, those who are there already, they will continue, and the people who can join, because there are 2-3 people who have asked me when is the new batch starting, and they would like to join that new batch. It will be from the beginning. Okay, you all can continue. There is no question of you all leaving if you. Okay, but the others will additionally will join because we are starting with the new batch. Okay, see you all. Take care of yourselves. God bless you all. Take care.
Thank you, Viraf.
Thank you, Viraf.
Bye bye.